And tonight, you'll see the Golden State Warriors. They'll go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. A moment here now to see the numbers for him.
And suddenly his feel for the three-point shot has left him. It's been a tough go the past 5 games. The percentage from long range not close to what it was earlier, but he's not going to give up on it, and he'll try to get it going here tonight.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Bridges out there with Knipple. And it's Diabate in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Golden State, Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. Stephen Curry's out there with Moody. And it's Santos in at the small forward. In GA, we know Coach Steve Kerr has been up front. In order to win, the Warriors need to take and make a lot of threes.
Well, it's the superpower of their best player. And the arrival of Jimmy Butler has provided some balance, but threes are still their best bet.
If you leave a teammate of LaMelo Ball that wide open, I promise you he will find him.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. Knipple wide open, and he fires. Off target with his 3. Now, here's Moody. Defense right on him. Curry passes to Santos. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Three-pointer. Butler drills it from outside.
Well, let someone initiate and create for Jimmy. That's catch-and-shoot opportunity. That's a sweet spot.
Ball with a wide-open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Back to Moody. Curry with the bounce pass. Butler on the way. Launches a 3. Traps in the tray. Butler's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Warriors.
What you love about Jimmy Butler, this guy just competes. You want to concede the 3? Okay, I'll take it.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Green. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Santos. Cans it from downtown.
What a great start. They've only missed 1 thus far.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Ball, the pass to Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Miles Bridges up in the air above the rim. That is a show. Look out below.
Outside Curry. Butler on the way. Pass to Moody. Over in the corner, Green. Here's Moody. Clock at 4. The 3. Diabate grabs the board. Miller with a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple. Warriors leading by 6. And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with the smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the 2nd overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor. Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
Butler against Bridges. Curry outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Last time they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, I remember last time they met up, they just got ran out of the building. They weren't too happy with some of the calls in that game either.
Yeah, their starters got into foul trouble, and it felt as if some of the calls were ticky-tack, no doubt, but nonetheless, damage was done.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you, guys. The Warriors have come a long way during the Curry era. Draymond Green said, quote, "We built this thing up from the laughingstock of the NBA. I take a great deal of pride in that. I think about this organization like it's mine. If the Warriors win the championship 10 years from now, that's our championship, period." Kevin, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. All right, now let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. taking a look at Charlotte. Right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds.
And seeing where the Hornets are, they find themselves in a difficult position, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, trying to answer their critics. Winning here at the end would go a long way. And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T Connected Cam. There's 1:26 left here in the first quarter. Melton passes to Horford. Back to Melton. And it's White with the rebound.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
And it's Ball in the corner. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Warriors leading by 3. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Inside, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
In the modern NBA, boy, you hunt down mismatches. That's a size disadvantage, and he takes advantage.
Horford in the post, and the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, that little bit of contact will not be enough to impede Al Horford, just powering his way through.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's White missing. Warriors are gone 7 of 11 for the field to begin the game. And it's Podziemski in the corner. Lets the 3 fly. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Warriors lead by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from San Francisco. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. McNeely out there with Miles Bridges. Then it's White. Then it's James. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yeah, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Porzingis is doubled. Elton kicks to Porzingis. Horford with the bounce pass. The 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Payton, he's checked in for Horford. Seth Curry comes in for Melton. And Stephen Curry is subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. Miller's checked in for Charlotte. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And again, the Hornets missing. Warriors leading by 14. So, GA Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
Pass to McNeely. Shot clock at 6. No good again that time.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Butler. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Butler's got 11 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Miller surveying the floor. And Miller throws it down hard.
What a big-time talent Brandon Miller is. Send it home, young sir.
On the wing, Payton. Hasn't made one yet. Back to Curry. Payton outside. Pass to Butler. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Curry with the bucket.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Hornets making a change here. Ball's checked in. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. It's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside, Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Butler kicks to Curry. Clock at 6. Off target from outside. For the Hornets, they come into this one following a loss to the Magic.
How about the shooting percentage, though? In the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know.
I think indicative of some breakdowns in their offensive execution. You don't create any open looks, and they couldn't make the ones they were taking.
An efficient score, Coby White, effective with or great without the ball in his hand.
And that's a rare quality. A guard who can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then zip to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. For Jimmy Butler. Grant Williams is checked in for Charlotte. Knipple comes in for Coby White. .137 left to play here in the half. And it's in there. 6 points for LaMelo Ball.
This is where the size of LaMelo pays off, folks. 6'7" and ready to finish.
Moody, the bounce pass. Curry can't get it to go. Hornets trail by 16. Miller outside. Pass to Knipple. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Santos. Covered by Miller. And Santos gets it to go.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
Curry against Ball. Williams passes to Miller. Outside, Ball. The 3 ball. Warriors with the rebound. Here's Curry with the 3. The rebound by LaMelo Ball.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Miller, the pass to Ball. Out to Miller. Launches it from deep. Williams. And Williams is right there. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
It's Curry outside. Buries it from three-point range. Curry's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Warriors. And a deep three from Ball. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Warriors on top, up 19. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with Coach Kerr. And Steve, what's your assessment of that first half of play and any changes in mind?
We'll see. We have to adjust during the game if we see something that's hurting us. But I thought the defense was pretty solid overall, and we'll see how it goes from here.
Hey, Allie, thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this.
That defense has been SOF capital T. Like, what's softer than toilet paper, Kenny?
What? Let's take a moment now and swing on over to the playoff picture. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Curry has been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Warriors leading by 19. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. Moses Moody is out there with Stephen Curry. And it's Santos in at the small forward position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Miller dishes the ball. Down low, Butler with the steal. Santos, the pass to Green. And the shot goes in.
Draymond Green plays with power and with energy. Contact does not deter this man.
And there's the call on Curry.
Stephen Curry.
That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
And the Hornets with possession here. Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Now, this is what you love about having length in the backcourt. That 6'7" frame. Go ahead and finish, LaMelo.
Moody, the bounce pass. Curry outside. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
LaMelo Ball said, I see your triple, and I raise you one of my own.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
Oh, it's exactly how you lead someone with the pass. Beautifully done.
Warriors leading by 23. Now, here's Moody. He has yet to score. And Santos gets it to go.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Charlotte calls timeout. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. In second, the Hornets.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
GA, just when you think you've seen it all. Last season, a father and son playing as teammates. NBA history continues to be made with the Jameses.
Yeah, LeBron and Bronny James taking the court together. And if other players can emulate the longevity of LeBron, perhaps it won't be the last time we see it happen.
Here's Curry with the three, and the Warriors another three.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul.
Draymond Green.
That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And now a quick review at the numbers for LaMelo Ball. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch, someone the other players look up to.
Curry outside, and it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Bridges kicks the ball. Nice move. And Ball slams it in.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Santos, the pass to Curry. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
The Hornets have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thank you. Draymond Green's talked about his mind for the game. He said, "I've never been the tallest or the fastest. We all have gifts. My IQ is a gift that was enhanced by great coaches. I was taught the game properly, so I'm very fortunate and extremely thankful for the coaches that I've had in my life." Kevin?
Paying tribute. Nice job. Okay, thank you, Allie.
2 minutes.
Butler deciding where to go with it. Jacks up a 3. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Butler. Curry's got 33 points.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
Boy, you could tell almost from the moment they're coming up the floor, Bridges wanted to answer that 3 with one of his own.
Butler against Bridges. Pass to Curry. Fires for 3. It doesn't go for him. Charlotte has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Bridges, no one around him. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
Yeah, you know that Bridges is good for a few threes most games. This guy is very confident out there.
Golden State moving it around. Moody, the bounce pass. Curry gets the bucket.
Their third 3-pointer in a row.
For Charlotte, they've gone an unbelievable 8 of 8 shooting since halftime. Must have been some kind of pep talk in that locker room. Driving the lane.
And you can put Miller on either side of that pick-and-roll action. He has a terrific IQ.
And the Warriors with possession here. Outside Butler. Pass to Curry. Lets it go with the 3. Connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And it's a 4-way tie now. Himself, Curry, Zach.
Good, another from 3.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg, he's now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
In all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We'll return shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth, we've got Brandon Miller. LaMelo Ball is out there with Kobe White. And it's Salon in at the 4. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
It's so smooth in the pick and roll. Love seeing White there with the right pass.
Outside, Porzingis. Going inside, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Hornets shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in.
Oh, terrific pass right there. Your teammate just walks right into it.
Payton kicks to Melton. Pass to Payton. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. And yes, it's good. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you love to see Porzingis battling through contact down low. That's a tremendous finish.
Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions, only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
Payton from outside buries the long-range jumper. Payton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hornets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. The Warriors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
White, good on the three-point shot.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Podziemski with it. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Pass to Melton. 6 to shoot. Horford dishes to Payton. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Now Miller. Here's Salon. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, that's the opportunity they're looking for, just not the result, obviously.
Melton kicks to Porzingis. Shoots the 3. It's good from long range.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
LaMelo Ball loves creating for his team. I love the look right there. Just so easy to play with.
Golden State's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Porzingis. Count that one.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Peyton the bounce pass. It's off his foot, and it's whistled a kick. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
From deep. Good on the triple. Melton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
They were really smart in the use of that.
Connects again from distance.
And he's shattered the franchise single-season high for three-pointers made.
Getting them up and connecting with high volume. He's been a flamethrower all season long. Timeout called the Warriors. They're ahead by 35. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
It's just too bad they're on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. It would have been nice for him to have a chance to perform like this in the postseason. .56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Bassie. Over in the corner, Porzingis. There's the triple. Curry can't get it to go. And so Miller will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Ball finds Miller.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Back to Bassie. Outside Curry. Fires the three, and again for three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record book.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And Klay Thompson, viewed as one of the best shooters ever to play this game. Hard to believe that the mark of 14 made threes has been passed here this evening.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Curry's got 48.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate
your team.
Jimmy, congrats on the win. What did it take to get it done tonight?
A lot of heart. My teammates fought hard throughout the whole game, and everybody had a tough matchup. They manned up, and at the end of the day, we did what we were supposed to do.
Congrats on the win.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Stephen Curry.